Fine, so let's start the session. In the last session, we discussed about uh, how to uh, how to create the agenda for the meeting. Okay, so this is the following session where we are going to talk about how to write the minutes of the meeting. Okay, still students are joined. Let's wait for a minute only. That's it. I hope you are able to access the screen. Yes? Are you able to access the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So in today's session, I would like to discuss about how to write the minutes of the meeting. Remember, this is the following session. In the last session, we talked about uh, how to uh, how to create the agenda for the meeting and why having an agenda for the meeting is really important. Now, in this session, we'll see how the actual meeting takes place and what is the importance of maintaining the minutes of the meeting and what is the format to maintain the minutes of the meeting and why is it important to maintain the minutes of the meeting. Now, these are the things. Is These are the things that are really helpful once you organize the meeting, you attend the meeting, and after attending the meeting, when you wants to take a follow up, okay, of that particular of the previous meeting that you've already organized. So if you maintain minutes of the meeting properly, it's quite easy for you to take the follow up of the previous meeting. Let's say you are having series meeting, okay, let's say you have attended meeting 1, meeting 2, meeting 3, and now you're going to organize meeting 4. If you have the data of all the 3 meetings, then it would be quite easy for you to organize the 4th meeting. Fine. So, in today's session, we'll discuss how minutes of the meeting is important. Right? So, let's uh, talk about that. So basically, what exactly we mean by minutes of the meeting. So let's have a very simple introduction of this entire concept of minutes of the meeting. So basically, all the meeting, whether a board meeting or a committee meeting or a social organization, has to maintain a record of their working. So this minutes of the meeting is a kind of an official document, okay, where you can maintain whatever the things that you have discussed in the meeting. Either it could be a board meeting or a committee meeting or a social organizational meeting. Any meeting that you are attending, it is always a good idea to keep record of that. Minutes represent all the record of the proceedings at the meeting. Let me give you one example here. Let's say uh, 5 of us are having meeting, online meeting due to this COVID thing. So once the meeting is over, I'm the one who has organized the meeting. So what I will do, I will maintain an official document of the meeting and I'll mail that document to for other people with whom I had the meeting online. So this document will help me to uh, to take follow-up of the things that I have discussed in the meeting with the other four people. That's why having a proper documentation is very important. Minutes of the meeting are recorded after the meeting gets over. Once you attend the meeting, you follow the agenda of the meeting and you discuss every single point according to the agenda of the meeting. Then only you're supposed to record the meeting. How you can record it? To record means to document it, to put it on a piece of paper. Okay, so that you can take follow up of the meeting easily. Right, that's what we mean by recording the meeting, maintaining the official document of that particular meeting. During the course of meeting, the topics listed in the agenda are discussed serially one by one. Now, the most important feature of minutes of the meeting is organization. You have to follow it in an organized way. Okay. I hope you're getting my voice. I believe the first slide is clear to all. Yes? Denisha, is this clear to all? Is this clear to you? Denisha, Hetsi, Hatar? Fine. Okay. What else should we consider when we talk about minutes of the meeting? So all the participants, like in actual meeting, what happens? Participants, they express their views, okay, and they arrive at a particular conclusion, which are known as resolutions. So here what happens? All the participants, they express their views. Okay, now in actual meeting what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to express your views on a particular topic could be the agenda of the meeting. And the purpose of the meeting, as I told you in the last session, the purpose is you should be able to arrive at a particular conclusion. So that conclusion part is really important when you are maintaining minutes of the meeting. Okay, my voice is not clear. Just a minute. Is it fine now? My voice is okay? Janvi? No. Give me a minute. I'll work on it. Background voice is too much. Okay, just a minute. Okay. I hope you're getting my voice clear now. Is it fine now? Okay, fine. Thank you. Let's continue. Don't worry, I'll repeat the sentence that you missed out. So we were talking about the conclusion part of the meeting. So remember, I've told you in the last session also that the purpose of meeting is there should be a proposed conclusion, that all the participants should arrive at a particular conclusion at the end of the meeting. Now this conclusion part is really important when you're going to record the meeting in a form of minutes of the meeting. Okay. Meeting represents the official record of the work done at the meeting of members, and so It must be clear, precise, and formal. Again, I'm repeating the thing that minutes of the meeting is an official document. So whenever you get an opportunity to maintain the minutes of the meeting, remember you should be very precise, you should be very clear about the things that you are writing in that document, and it should be formal. You should not use informal, you should avoid using informal language in writing minutes of the meeting. In the further slide, I'll also show you the format so that you get an idea how you're supposed to maintain it. Okay. Minutes of the meeting written either by the secretary or by the person who is assigned to do that task. Now, let's say at workplace you are having meeting. So you're having meeting with your head of the department. So ideally, what happens? Those who attend the meeting, only one person can maintain the record. Let's say your manager or the head has assigned that duty to someone else. So he or she has to maintain that record. So either there is a secretary who can maintain the record of the meeting, or the person who has given the task, okay, to record it can maintain the minutes of the meeting. So whenever okay. Yes, sorry for the trouble. Yeah, am I audible now? I hope you are getting my voice. Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, the last point that I conveyed was the person who has given the task to record the minutes of the meeting. So, I believe so far. Fine. Okay, okay. I'll explain the concept once again. No problem. Minutes of the meeting is a kind of an official document. Okay, so it should be very clear, it should be very precise, and it should be very formal. You cannot write anything in minutes of the meeting. You can only write the things that has actually happened during the meeting. You can write the things that is really important to document. Let's say in the meeting, people they share so many ideas, but you should always putting the important points, the valid points. Okay, so that way it should be very precise. It should be very it should be very formal. That is a format that you should follow. Okay, and who can write the minutes of the meeting? Let's say I'm organizing the meeting and I'm inviting 10 other employees to join the meeting. And as a manager or as a head, I'm assigning the task to write minutes of the meeting to one of the employees. So the one who has given the task can maintain the minutes of the meeting. Ideally, let's say 10 people are attending the meeting, so anyone can maintain the minutes of the meeting. But in your case, I want to evaluate you. So all of you, you're going to write the minutes of the meeting whenever we'll do the actual meeting online. Okay. So here is a question for you. Is the statement true or false? The minutes of the meeting are written after the meeting takes place. So what do you think about this? Is it true or false? You can comment in the chat box. The statement is true or false. I'm repeating the statement once again. The minutes of the meeting are written after the meeting takes place. Is it true or false? Okay, false. No. Read the question carefully. What does it say? When can you write the minutes of the meeting? Of course, you can write. Yes, Bhuvi, you're right. You can write minutes of the meeting the moment meetings are done. Yes, it will be written when meeting is going on, isn't it? No, Radha. I mean, you can mention some of the important points if in case you're not able to remember everything. So it is always a good habit to point down the important things that you are discussing in the meeting. But the actual minutes of the meeting you actually maintain after the meeting gets over. Okay. Remember the agenda of the meeting you're supposed to prepare before the meeting, okay? And the minutes of the meeting you're supposed to maintain after the meeting. In between the meeting, it is a good habit that you keep diary and pen with you and you note down some of the important things that you find important for you to noting down. I believe the instruction is clear to all. So the answer is true. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay. Now, Bhautik, Radha, Nancy, I hope you understood it properly. Yes? Okay. Good. Let's go further. So, the answer is true. Fine. Okay. Let's try to define minutes of the meeting. So, meeting minutes can be defined as written or recorded documentation that is used to inform people of what happened during the meeting and define the next step planned. See, this is very simple. Now, sometimes it happens that all the employees are not able to attend the meeting. Okay. So let's say there are 50 employees working together and let's say 10 employees are attending the meeting for a particular project. Now, if you maintain the minutes of the meeting, okay, and if you share the minutes of the meeting with the other 40 employees, they are also able to understand what are the things you have discussed in the meeting. So that way, it is a very helpful official document, okay, that can be helpful for other people who somehow could not join the meeting. So once they go through the minutes of the meeting, they can understand the entire discussion that you have had in the meeting. Okay, so that way it is helpful for them. And second thing is, let's say you are having a serious meeting. So that way, if you prepare it well, you can always go back. You can refer. Let's say you have attended 2 meetings so far on a particular project. Now the project it's a big project, and you need to meet people frequently to 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 complete the project. So far you have done 2 meetings. Now you're planning to have the third meeting. So if you have maintained minutes of the meeting of the earlier two meetings, it would be quite easy for you to organize the third meeting because you have the official document with you. So you can always go back, you can refer the things that you have discussed. Like in some of the cases, let's say in the first meeting you have assigned some work to different employees, and in the next meeting you want to take follow-up, like whether you have done work or not. Slide is not visible. Okay. Okay, I'll work on that. Thank you. Uh, is it visible now? Fine. Yes. So I was talking about the how you should how minutes of the meeting can help you to plan the next meeting. Let's say in the first meeting, you have assigned tasks to 5 different employees. In the next meeting, you want to take the follow, whether they've completed the task or not. So if you have maintained the minutes of the meeting properly, you can do that easily. You know what particular task you have assigned to a particular employee, and you can take the follow up easily. Minutes of the meeting is meant for future reference also, the way I've given you the example, and available to all members on request as a background for future discussion. So let's say you're planning to have a series meeting, then it is always a very helpful document to plan the upcoming meeting. So far, I believe this is clear to all. Okay. Generally, the meetings are read out at the next meeting and approved by the members before the chairman signs them. They are always written in recorded speech form. They are written either in the point format or with topical heading. Okay, now here I would like to tell you one thing. The format of minutes of the meeting may differ from organization to organization. So it depends where you are working, and accordingly you're supposed to follow the format for the minutes of the meeting. That is number one. Number two, there is a centrally accepted format that usually we follow. So I will share that format with you for the better clarification. Okay. And the next thing is, let's say you're having a series meeting. This particular thing is applicable when you are having series meeting. So if you have minutes of the meeting, of the first meeting, and if you're going to attend the second following meeting, okay, then it is a good habit that you read out the minutes of the meeting, of the first meeting, so that those who are attending the second meeting can able to follow the content, can able to follow the discussion. Okay, I hope you understood this point. Is it clear to all? Okay, fine. So here is another statement. I'm reading the statement for you. Minutes of meeting is always written in reported speech form. Is it true or false? What do you think? Mm, true or false? Is this statement correct or it is not correct? True. Okay. All are not answering. Charmi, are you following the session? Janki, Hetzi, Kinjal. Okay, Kinjal says it's true. Mahima, Palak. Prithvi, Tusha, Upasna, Shivangi. Fine. Rajeshwari, what do you think? Is it true? Okay, fine. So the statement is true. Let's go to the very important part, that is essentials of minutes of the meeting. Okay, now what are the things that is actually important when we talk about the minutes of the meeting? Okay, now as I told you, there isn't a fixed format because the format varies from institute to institute. Okay, so you're supposed to follow the format that is proposed by your organization where you're working. Okay. Now, to maintain the minutes of the meeting, there are certain following features that is really important. First is the minutes begin with the letterhead or name of the company. So here you're supposed to write down the name of the organization where you are working. Number two, name of the organization and nature of the meeting. Nature of the meeting means for what purpose you are having this meeting. So we may call we may call it a nature of the sorry yeah, we may call it the nature of the meeting. Correct. Third point is you're supposed to mention the day, date, time, and place of the meeting. Third point is really important because um, whenever you want to trace the last meeting, it's easy for you to do that. Okay, because you know the day, you know the time, you know the date, and you know the place. Okay, let's go further. The fourth important point is name of the chairman and members present at the meeting. A list can be attached if many members are present and only the member is mentioned in the minutes. Now here, it is mandatory to have a list of people who are going to attend the meeting, so that if you need to take the signature, it's easy for you to do that. So that you can always keep a record that okay, this many people have attended this meeting. Next point is name of the person in attendance, like secretary, the auditor, the solicitor. If in the meeting, let's say, um, there are some people who are attending the meeting having a particular position in the organization, then it is good to address them by that position. Okay. The record of confirmation of the previous meetings, reading and approval of the minutes of the previous meeting. If in case you are having a series meeting, okay, in that case only you're supposed to do that. Okay, and you're supposed to maintain that record also. Okay. Now these are some of the very important features of the minutes of the meeting. Just a minute. The next feature is appointment, if any. Be and is hereby appointed. Let's say you are having a meeting. Now, see, all the meetings are different in their nature. So, sometimes you are having a meeting where you just want to discuss 5 to 6 things. That's it. Okay. And in that case, you need to record that, okay, these are the things that I've listed out to discuss, and I have discussed that. The another kind of meeting is we are assigning tasks to people. Now, in that case, it is very important to maintain the minutes of the meeting properly because, say, in future, let's say you forget what kind of what particular task you've assigned to whom. So, if you have the record with you, it's easy for you to trust them. In some of the meeting, we actually appoint someone officially for a particular post. Okay, so in that case, it is actually important to note it down because here what you are doing is you are maintaining the minutes of the meeting and you're also maintaining the official record that this person has appointed so and so on this particular day. Fine. So it is always good to it is always good to record it in an appropriate manner so that you can always go back and trust the important things if in case you need that in future. The next important part is summary of the discussion if necessary. So if you feel that it is necessary to summarize the entire meeting and having a conclusion paragraph at the end, you can go for that. The last resolution is normally the formal word of thanks to the chairman. So you should always thank the person who has organized the meeting at the end of the meeting. And at the end, there should be space for date and requirement signature because date is date on which the minutes are confirmed and signed. So these are the very essential features of minutes of the meeting. I hope all these things are clear to all of you. Fine. Shivangi, is this clear? Tasvi, is this clear? Fine. Hitarth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now, again, there is a statement at the end, there should not be space for date and requirement signature. What do you think? Is it true or false? Quickly answer this statement. You have only 5 seconds to answer this. True or false? False. Very good. False. Okay. Good. Fine. Yes, the statement is false because there should be a space for date and requirement signature because that is the essential part of minutes of the meeting because here the purpose is to record the to record the things properly, to maintain the document properly, and for that these are the very important things. Okay, now here is a sample for minutes of the meeting. I want you to have a look at the sample carefully. I hope you are able to access the screen properly. Should I? Um, this page is visible to all clearly.
Can you more zoom out, ma'am?
Sure, I will do that. Give me a minute. Is it fine now?
Yeah.
Okay. Just have a look at this for 2 minutes. That's it. So here it says, now the title of this meeting is sale meeting. It could be anything as per the requirement of the meeting, as per the nature of the meeting. In view of the launching new product, a meeting is conveyed by manager on mentioned date and time. See, the document is so clear, the document is so precise, and it has the valid information only. And it is too direct. I mean, you cannot find any unnecessary word in this document. So whenever you get an opportunity to maintain the minutes of the meeting, you're supposed to maintain like this. You should be using formal language. You should be having, you should be able to follow the format that is proposed by the organization. That way, you're supposed to maintain that. So now there is a date, there is a time and venue and the meeting agenda. It is very important to mention the meeting agenda. Okay. Apart from the said agenda, the meeting would welcome further insights, queries, and creative suggestions. I believe so far the format is clear. Can I go to the next slide? So far,
Yes,
okay, thank you. Okay, the following uh, the following page of the same format where there is an attendance sheet. Okay, there also the date, time, and venue is there. Now here you are able to name of the faculty. So let's say there are 5 people, then you can follow this format. But let's say so many people are attending the meeting, then the what I suggest is have a separate attendance sheet with the name of the people who are going to attend the meeting. Then you're not supposed to maintain the attendance here in this format. You may have a separate page for the attendance of the people who are attending meeting. Let's say 50 or 100 people are attending, then this attendance format will not help you. This is just for the attendance part. Okay, I hope the instruction is clear. Now here is the most important part of the minutes of the meeting, where there are 2 sections. Okay, one is topics discussed and task assigned. Let's say some topics have been given to some of the employees, and the task has given to some people or some employees. So it is very important to maintain that. Okay, you cannot. You may have another column about remarks. If in case you have any remarks, you can mention that. So this is the ideal format that I have introduced to you. But as I told you, it may differ from organization to organization. So it depends where you're going to work in future, and accordingly you're supposed to maintain the minutes of the meeting. Now to sum up this entire idea of minutes of the meeting, I would say it's very serious and very important to document that ideally the person should maintain once the meeting gets over. Agenda is something that you should be prepared with before the meeting, and minutes of the meeting is something you should be prepared with after the meeting gets over. Okay, so here is the difference. When are you able to maintain the record? When you have attended the meeting, not only attended the meeting, but when you have followed the meeting thoroughly and you have noted down the important points during the meeting, you will be able to write down the minutes of the meeting in a proper way. So whenever you attend meeting, make sure you pay attention because you never know. Maybe one day you need to write the minutes of the meeting. Fine. And the ideal way is before you attend the meeting, you should always know the proposed format of the minutes of the meeting of the particular organization where you are working as an employee. If you, let's say, you're fresher, you don't know, uh, communicate to your seniors and get the format so that you can maintain the record for your reference and for the future reference as well. So that's how having a proper record of the meeting is important. If you have any query regarding the topic that we have discussed today, uh, you can ask me. Okay, take 2 to 3 minutes. If you have any queries, please let me know. I'll be happy answering the queries. Is there any question? No. Okay. Just give me a minute. I'll mark the attendance. Just a minute. Okay. Number one, Twinkle. Number one, present or absent? Absent. Number two, Bautik. Dave.
Yes,
Present.
ma'am.
Okay. Number five, Dara.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Number six, Hitarth Kumar. Okay. Hitarth is there. Number seven, Charmi.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Number eight, Janki.
Present.
Number nine, Riti.
Present, ma'am.
Number 10, Amish Kumar.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 11 number, Nisha Ben.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Number 12, Pooja.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 13 number, Kinjal.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 14 number, Forum. 14 number, Forum. Okay. Forum is there. Fine. 15 number, Hiral. Not there. Number 16, Radha. Are you there? 16 number. Number 6.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, fine. 17, Palak.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 18, Forum. This is Forum.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 19, Janvi Ben.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 20, Penal.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 21, Anjali.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 22, Bhumi Thakkar.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 24, Trusha Nariya.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 25, this is Bhumi Vekaria.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 26, Heenal. 26, Heenal. Absent. 50 number, Vivek. 5050, Vivek. Absent. 29, Khushbu.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 30 number, Hetsi.
Present, ma'am.
31, Nancy.
Yes, ma'am.
32, Rutvi.
Present, ma'am.
33, Tanisha. Tanisha, are you there? Yes, Tanisha is there, but I don't know where is she right now. 34, Nikhil. 34 number, Nikhil is not there. Fine. 48, Devanshu.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 35, Priya. 36, 35, Priya. 36, Shivangi.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Priya is
Present.
not there. Yeah, Shivangi is present. What about Priya? Shivangi, you're there. Priya. Priya is not there. Fine. Shivangi present. 37, Niyati. Niyati is there. Priya Ben, you are there. Fine. Next is, okay. 37, Niyati. Not there. Absent. 38, Poonam.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. 39, Tasvi.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 4040, Sagar. Sagar is there? No. Absent. 41, Ranjini. 41 is there? No. Okay. Absent. 43, Nancy. And 44, Upasna.
Present, ma'am.
Nancy, Upasna. Okay, Upasna is there. What about Nancy?
Present, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Yeah, both are present. 45, Tanisha. Present.
Present, ma'am.
Yeah. 46, Zainab. 46, Zainab. Not there. 47, Rajeshwari.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, Rajeshwari is there. Present. Fine. 37, Niyati. Niyati, आप कहाँ थे? You are there. Let me check.
मैम वो नेटवर्क इश्यू था तो बंद हो गया था बीच में.
No problem, no problem. Let me mark your attendance. Just a minute. 37, right?
Yes.
Okay. 37, Niyati. Present. Okay, done.
Okay.
Yeah. Next is 47, Rajeshwari is present. 52, Kevin is there. Kevin? 52 number, Kevin. No. Absent. And next is 52, Kevin. 53, Rajvi.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 54, Mahimava.
Present, ma'am.
56, Falaku. 56 number.
Present, ma'am.
56. Okay.
No, 57.
Wait. 56 is absent, and 57 is double present. Okay, so the session and the last session we discussed about how to maintain agenda, how to create, how to go through the meeting, and how to maintain the minutes of the meeting. Now, as I already assigned you the task of CSC, if possible, I would like we can start this from the next week. Let's say today is Monday. Okay, from next Monday, I will conduct your CSC in a sequence only. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. Let's say Monday is for Group 1, Tuesday is for Group 2. I'll share the schedule on Google Classroom by tomorrow. So you have enough time to prepare. If you need extra days, you can tell me. But ideally, you're supposed to do that. Okay, understand the instruction carefully. Those who are the group leaders are supposed to create the agenda for the meeting. I've already given you the topic for the meeting. Okay, based on the topic, make sure you make 3 to 4 important agenda for the meeting. You create the virtual meeting for, let's say, 7 to 10 minutes. If required, you can take 15 minutes. Okay, have a virtual meeting, create the link, share the link with me. I'll give you the time. Okay, because I'm also dealing with other sessions. So whenever I'm free, we can have this virtual meeting. You're also having, I know you're also having lectures. So we'll find out the common slot, okay, where we can go for this virtual meeting. Share the link with me. I will join the link. There you're supposed to go through the meeting virtually. Okay, 5 students will go through that. And once you finish the meeting, if possible, you can send the minutes of the meeting on the same day. If not, you can take one more day. You can prepare the minutes of the meeting and send it to me to the next day. So this is how I would like to. See the things functioning. Okay. If in case there is any doubt, or if in case you are not able to work, kindly let me know, so that I will guide you, or I'll help you in whatever way I can. Fine. So we'll start it from Monday. If in case you are not ready, just let me know in the next lecture. I'll give you some more days. I don't have any issue giving you the time. But there's one thing: if you are working on something and putting your time, make sure you put efforts as well. We have mid exam from 24th. Okay, we'll have it once you get free from your mid exam. Don't worry. So we are not going to have this in the next week. Don't worry. Just tell me the date when you will be free from this mid exam. Shivangi. I want to know the date when there is the last exam. When are you going to finish with your mid exam? Hello. Okay, 5th September. Oh, that's too late. How come it can go so long? Okay, we'll work out. Don't worry. Fine. But anyway, we are not having this next week, as uh, your exams are approaching. But at least from your side, you start working on this, fine, so that we can have it maybe next to next week. If you don't have any doubt, I would like to end the meeting. If in case there is a doubt, you can tell me. The instruction is clear. We are not having the submission of CSC next week. Next week, I'll tell you the updated date when you are able to submit. Fine. Okay. Fine. Take care of your health. Have a nice day.